This is the vlog for August 11th. And tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow I will be hosting my first D&D adventure with my group of friends. It wouldn't be D&D without some last minute, I don't think drama's the word, although I would definitely be the one that's causing the drama if that was the case. I've been trying to unsuccessfully get myself to finish adding in some notes for the stuff, basically the second half of the adventure. Honestly, I thought the stat blocks were going to be the most difficult things, but I can just copy that stuff off of like the Dungeons and Dragons wiki really simply and quickly. I don't even copy the text. I just use screen snip to get the picture of the website itself and just paste it in. Very simple. Problem is, I did not stop to write descriptions or explanation dialogue, exposition dialogue, really, for a lot of the stuff. And so now I am struggling to get some of that for all of the various parts of the adventure. It is something that I have actually struggled with my whole life as a writer, except at the very start. The very start, teachers said that I was spending too much time describing in detail all of the different things that existed in my writing. They said sometimes less is more, or you should be showing, not telling. The action of the scene should describe what is happening and what the scene is and what it is like. Don't just take paragraphs to describe minute details. Incorporate those details into the action of the scene. And I kind of did. I've definitely put in a greater focus on action and events in my writing, as well as dialogue, which I don't have any problem with, and a couple people are apparently very jealous of me and jealous of my ability to write good dialogue, or at least interesting dialogue. But all the dialogue in D&D is generally between the players or between a player and me in a sort of impromptu, improv role-playing. And that comes easily enough for me. But if they don't know what they're looking at, if they don't know where they are, and there's only so much I can give them through tiles and miniatures, they're going to have trouble sort of envisioning what they're doing and what's going on. My hope is that between the miniatures and the tiles, which are in color, the miniatures are going to be primed, but not painted. My hope is that things will go okay. And that even if I have to make up a lot of stuff on the fly, I'll be okay. I'm not going to have all of the preparation stuff that Matt Mercer has recommended, sadly. One thing he recommended that was actually quite clever is just a list of excuse me, I got hiccups. A list of NPC names. So if characters that's just a random merchant or barmaid or laborer at a dock or something, and the characters take a shine to them and they start interacting and they go, "So what's your name?" And this NPC wouldn't just go, "I don't have a name. I'm just a barmaid." He recommends having a list of names, and then he needs a name, he just crosses it off the list and then makes a note somewhere that he needs to expand on that character if the PCs are going to continue to involve themselves with that character. And this one's going to be pretty brisk. I hesitate to say I'm going to be railroading the players, but that's actually sort of the point of a one-off, is to lead the characters along with enough that they sort of know what they need to do. They can still make choices, and those choices should have an impact, but there's a clear goal. There's like a way to get what needs to be done, and they don't have to sort of, paw around and figure stuff out. But it hopefully won't feel like they don't have any investment. What's the word I'm looking for. I don't want them to feel like everything is outside their control, because a lot of things are very much inside their control. But I do need to make sure that the story keeps moving forward, because if it doesn't, we're going to start at 11 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. I would love to be done by 3 in the afternoon, but I've seen 4-hour sessions on Critical Role, and they do not get very far. Some events happen, but they usually have only maybe 2 or 3 major scenes, while the players are, sort of going this way and that way, following dead ends, for example. But the other thing that sort of crawled up out of nowhere, and this is where the real drama is concerned, is that my gracious hosts announced that they may have to dog sit tomorrow. And they wanted to know that everybody was going to be okay with this. And I'm looking at this. I counted today. I've spent $115 just on miniatures alone. I'm not even going to use half of them in the adventure tomorrow. But all I can think of is a dog, very interested. Oh my gosh, new people. Oh, I want to get there's new stuff. Oh, there's an entire table covered in miniatures and bits of cardboard. Those all taste good, or I haven't tasted them, so I need to eat some to find out what they taste like. And they're just going to go in. And thankfully, everybody I'm playing with gets paid well enough that they can definitely cover me for the cost of, $10 or $15 or $20 worth of miniatures in case the dog inhales some. But in my life, I have found that when a dog is present, the dog is either completely uninterested in everything that's going on, which is great, or the dog is totally interested in everything that's going on, and worse, everyone else is completely into the dog. I want this adventure to go quickly. People are going to have questions, but I want them to learn by doing, show not tell. I don't want them to be, interested in playing the game. And I'm just worried that, like so many other, social things like this, it's going to be half game and half just sitting around and bullshitting because it's a day off of work. And of course, I'm not going to have any time to sit around and bullshit, because I'm the one that's got to, answer all the questions, set everything up, make sure everybody has what they need, make sure I have what I need. It's a bit like running a team at work, actually. But it is rewarding. I don't want it to sound like I resent this. This was my choice. It was my suggestion. And I enjoy it. I enjoy the whole aspect of world building and creating scenes and letting people run around in this little fantasy. I just hope that the dog doesn't make it all pointless. But tomorrow's the big day, and the next vlog I host will be post-game, and I'll let you guys know all about it. But until then, I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better.